You ever feel like money just disappears? Like you swear you made enough this month, but somehow your bank account didn't get the memo and there's more month than money? Sometimes it feels like you're running on a treadmill, sweating, working, running, moving, but you're not getting anywhere. You check your bank account and it's like, wait, didn't I just get paid? Where did it all go? I've been there. And I remember sitting in my kitchen table one night, laptop open, spreadsheets pulled up, doing the mental gymnastics, trying to figure out where the money went. And then I laughed. You know that half laugh, half cry moment where you just look at the screen like, really? This is my life right now? And that's when it hit me. It wasn't my effort, because I was efforting. It wasn't my income. It wasn't even my budgeting skills, because I knew how to budget. It was my beliefs. And that's the place where I didn't think to look. It never really dawned on me, but that was the last resort. I said, I am doing all the things. The one thing that I keep hearing that I have to do, that I don't believe that it could possibly be, because it has to be action. It has to be only this. But no, it was something that was blocking my success. And that something was in my mind. That something was not tangible where I could point and say, yeah, this is it. All I have to do is get this new spreadsheet, right? Or try this new budgeting method. It wasn't any of that. It was my mindset. It was my belief system. Because here's the thing, money blocks don't live in your wallet. They live in your mind. And if you don't find them, they're going to quietly control everything. Your decisions, your goals, and even how much you allow yourself to earn or keep. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to uncover these hidden money blocks and rewire your mindset in just 21 days. And most of us just need a few tweaks. Okay, we just need to draw a little bit more attention on this other area, and then we're going to see the results. So you want to do this so you can finally stop hustling hard for every dollar and really start attracting wealth with ease, grace, and flow. So if that sounds good to you, let's dive right in. Hi, I'm Yvonne Bramble. I'm a business and finance coach, and I help entrepreneurs and small business owners really scale to 6 figures by mastering their strategy, systems, and money mindset so they can lead their business with confidence and clarity. Let's dive into the first step. And that step 1 is really understand what are your money blocks. What are those money blocks that are out there? So let's step back a little bit and let's clarify what are money blocks anyways. I want you to think of them like invisible fences, like that, the kind you can't see, but somehow you're always bumping into. You keep trying to go further, but something pulls you back. You might call it fear, procrastination, or bad timing. See, that's how it shows up, right? When you're bumping up against this invisible fence, you don't see the fence, right? You don't see that it could be a mindset block. So you're thinking, okay, it's got to be procrastination, right? So, or any fear that shows up. You don't take that risk. Or you blame it on bad timing, right? Or you blame it on the economy. So when you're blaming and complaining or procrastinating, that's when it shows up. But at its core, it's just a belief you've carried over the years. I call them the quiet stories. Stories like, I'm not good with money. I have to struggle to earn more. Or, people like me or people like us never get ahead, right? These beliefs don't shout, they whisper. You see, they whisper. They're running in the background, humming along. And they show up when you undercharge your clients, when you hesitate to raise your prices, or maybe you feel guilty about certain level of success. You're uncomfortable and really shy away from trying new things that you know for sure will grow or can grow your business, like setting up ads, for instance, or trying a new marketing campaign. That's how these show up. Okay? And you know what the scary part is? The scary part is most of us don't even know those beliefs are even there, because we think they're facts. We think, well, this is how it is. But that's not how it is. That doesn't have to be your story, right? You know, I had one client who told me, oh, I can't save money. I've always been bad at it. I've always been bad with money, right? And then when we unpacked that, I said, well, hold on right there. This is good, but hold on right there. Can you repeat that? And she repeated that. And so we took the time to unpack it. You see, because that sentence that she just blurted out happened to have a story. It happened to be a little package that wrapped up in it was a belief, a limiting belief. And these limiting beliefs come up in conversation, right? They just ring off your tongue. Oh, I'm bad with money. And she stated it as a fact. Now, this is how it is. This is my story. So we unpacked that, and that belief came from watching her parents argue about the bills growing up. See, in order to unpack that, we had to kind of dive deep into the part in her life that actually created that belief. You see? So somewhere in her mind, saving meant stress, not security. Saving meant stress, not security. Isn't that interesting? So subconsciously, she'd spend money the second she had it, right? Once she rewrote her story, she started saving thousands, and she was able to get ahead of things. So because here's the truth, money doesn't start in your bank account, it starts in your beliefs. So if you need help with discovering and uncovering your own unique money blocks, feel free to book a coaching session with me. The link is in the description box below. If you still see the link, it's still available, okay? And that's going to be, I'll be doing one-on-one sessions as of today as well, okay? So I have some slots available. Let's dive into step number 2. And step 2 is understand why you're stuck. Understand why you're stuck. Now let's talk about why this keeps you stuck. So even if you're smart, motivated, and hardworking, your brain's number one job is safety. Not wealth, not abundance, just safety. Keep that in mind. So if your nervous system believes that having more money is unsafe, maybe because you associate it with pressure or judgment or loss, your mind will quietly keep you in survival mode. It's going to keep on triggering this discomfort, like, uh-oh, something's wrong, and it'll get you back into your baseline, right? So you'll attract just enough to get by, but never enough to feel free. And it's like driving with one foot in the gas, but one foot on the brake, right? You're moving, but you're hesitating. There's something that's keeping you stuck. You're burning energy and going nowhere, right? So, and here's where it gets really interesting. There's an irony to it. We start thinking, oh, it's a discipline problem. I'm just not that disciplined. I need more discipline. All right, so we start hustling and grinding. Oh, I need more discipline. And we tell ourselves, I just need to budget better, or I'll try another side hustle, or oh, I just need overtime, or I need a side gig, or I need a new product, right? Or I just need to work harder. When really your subconscious is just following old instructions. You see? It's just following old instructions. And maybe all we need to do is update the instructions, and then you're going to see it flow. Okay? It's like a dam where there's a dam there's a bottleneck somewhere. And you go off and you're like, oh, I just need more rivers. I need to create more channels. I need to do this, that. Well, or maybe you just need to walk upstream and focus on that bottleneck that's stunting the dam. And you just remove that and it's going to flow. So that's what we're doing. That's the kind of work we're doing here. Okay? Is releasing these bottlenecks. And that way you don't have to work harder. You just need to work smarter. Right? You just need a new download. You need an identity shift. So when you book your coaching session with me, we'll step through these subconscious programming that's unique to you, okay? That's playing in the background, at the core, at the root of things. That's creating your self-sabotage, your procrastination maybe, right? Your fears. And we'll work together to remove these patterns. See, these are patterns that keep showing up, that keep you stuck. We want to release that. Okay, and if you're ready now, the link is in the description box below for you. Let's go into step number 3 now. And step 3 is learn how to break free. So how do you start breaking free from those hidden money blocks? Well, the first step you need to do is focus on building awareness, because awareness is where it has to start. So you can't change what you won't face. You want to start by noticing your automatic thoughts about money. So when a bill comes in, what's your first reaction? Anxiety? Do you avoid the bill? Do you avoid opening the envelope? And you just leave it on your kitchen table or on your desk and just kind of, oh, I'll get to it. Do you feel a certain level of anxiety? Do you feel guilt? See, these emotions are clues to what you believe. So you want to be aware of that. Step 2 is now rewrite your story. So when you catch a negative belief, don't just try to think positive. Oh, I have a negative belief. Now I just have to think positive. No, that's like slapping paint on a cracked wall. Okay? So think positive, slap some paint. Okay, well, no, we have a cracked wall here. Right? Let's fix the wall first, and then we can paint over it, right? So that's what we're working with here. So you've got to replace that limiting belief, and it takes work. See, a lot of people would rather just slap paint. They don't want to take the time to resolve that cracked wall, to go to Home Depot, right? Get in the car, go to Home Depot, drive, go get the plaster, right? And all of that, all of the things. But that's how it's going to get resolved, and it's going to look good as new, and you can move forward from there, right? So if your belief is, for example, money's hard to keep, right? That's your cracked wall. What you want to do is fix it. Go in there and fix it and replace that with the plaster of, well, money flows easily to me, and it stays because I manage it with confidence. Money flows easily with me. And it stays because I manage it with confidence. That's what you do. That's the plaster. That's what's going to fix it. Okay? And then sure, you could do positive affirmations as well. That extra paint on top to kind of like that icing on the cake there too. Right? So I'm not saying that staying positive it doesn't have its place. It absolutely does. It's important. Especially in the world we live in today, with so many distractions and so much negativity out there to really pull you down. So very important to stay positive. Okay, it's a tool, right? But we want to use the tool for what it's for. Step 3 is embody it daily, right? That's what you want to do, is you want to embody it daily and create an identity shift. So it's not just saying this new identity, it's living the identity, stepping into the identity. So what does that mean? That means that your actions and your habits reinforce your belief. Those actions and habits have to reinforce those beliefs. So start acting like the person who already has financial peace. How do you act like a person that has financial peace? How do you act like a person that money flows easily to you and stays because you manage it with confidence? How does that look like? Well, that person checks their accounts regularly. Okay? They have a money date, at least on a weekly basis. And if they're really struggling, they have that money date on a daily basis until they get into the swing of things. This person automates their savings. They automate their investing. They also set small money goals that builds trust with themselves. Small money goals. For example, this week I'm going to, or today I will. Right? Small money goals that makes you feel like, okay, I was able to achieve that. Now let's move the needle and set bigger and bigger and bigger goals. You see, every time you follow through with your new goal, with what you set for yourself, you're now rewiring your mind to believe that wealth and calm can coexist, that it's okay. And see, now your nervous system realizes, okay, it's fine. It can settle in and it won't trigger this fight, flight, or freeze response that sends you in a tizzy. You see, the reality is abundance isn't something that you chase. It's something that you allow. It's something that you attract. You magnetize wealth. Okay? Now, the biggest challenge most entrepreneurs and small business owners face is having an objective perspective, because it's hard for them to see their own blind spots. Now, during our one-on-one coaching sessions, we're going to work together on building your self-awareness so that you can face those blocks and do a deeper dive on your triggers to unpack these limiting beliefs that are stifling your progress. And these aren't unique to you. They are absolutely unique to you because they are the inner child. They're the shadow parts of you. So then what we do is, as we look at this inner child and the shadow parts of you, we uncover and discover them. Then we bring awareness to them with compassion, right? With compassion, with empathy, with grace. At some point or some stage in your life, they have served a positive purpose. That's why they're there, right? They have served to protect you. But that was then, and this is now. Okay, that was then, and this is now. So that means now we need to replace these beliefs with more empowering beliefs. And really, it's like upgrading a software program. Okay, it did a great job for that time years ago, right? When it was giving you the safety and security to make sense of the world. But it's time for an upgrade now. Right? And we'll upgrade it to your current situation so that it serves and supports you now. So click the link in the description box below to book your coaching package and get started. So let's move on to step 4. Step 4 is story and reframe. We want to create a new story and we want to reframe. So I'll give you an example. One of my clients used to say, "Oh, I'm terrible with money." Well, every month she'd make more, but her account would somehow still hit zero. It would reflect that she's terrible with money, okay? So when we dug deeper, she realized she had grown up hearing her mom say, "Oh, money comes and goes. Oh, money comes." You hear that enough times. You hear that repeating and repeating enough times. That's going to program a child. That's going to program a child. So her brain went, okay, that's how it works. That's how this world works. All right. So she took that on as a belief. And she realized that when she realized that, we rewrote the story. Okay. And she started reframing with money comes and grows. Money comes and grows. You see? So she opened a separate savings account and labeled it Freedom Fund and started putting some money every week in it. Okay? And that one small shift changed everything because she wasn't saving out of fear anymore. She was saving out of empowerment because money comes and it grows. So your mindset shapes your behavior and your behavior shapes your results. So here's what I want you to remember. You don't have to hustle harder to break through. You just have to clear out what's been blocking you. Because when you fix the internal programming, guess what? The external results, they start to flow. Okay? It's just removing that bottleneck from that dam upstream. Okay? And now, if you're ready to finally rewrite your money story, I want to personally invite you to join me inside the Financial Freedom Accelerator Academy. It's my step-by-step program where we dive deep into mindset, money systems, and practical wealth building so that you can go from survival mode to financial flow. And I'm really excited about this because I have a module that really dives into different strategies to rewrite, reframe your limiting beliefs. And I poured my heart into it, my heart and soul into it, into this program, and I know you're going to get so much value, so much value. All of these strategies and activities and guided meditations that are in there are things that I've personally used to get out of that and to begin to flow, right? And to see that money grow. So, the truth is financial freedom, it's not luck, okay? It's not something that happens for everyone else and not you. No, it's a system. They're using a system, and it's time for you to get on that system, right? And to get that depth and breadth that you need to begin to grow and to succeed in your life, okay? And it starts with your mind, okay? Where you least expected it, in your mind. So comment below, I'm ready to break free, and then hit that like button and subscribe, because guess what? Over the next few weeks, we're gonna dive even deeper into how to build wealth from the inside out. This concept of building wealth from the inside out is really exciting for me. That's the core of my work. That's where we begin, okay? So stay with me here, and you're going to see really a new identity shift really work as you continue and as we work together. So if you've ever wondered how to budget and manage your money better, check out this next video. It's called Budget and Money Management for New Business Owners in 7 Days. I'll see you in the next video. Oceans of love. Till next time.